How to hire a realtor to buy a home. That's what we're talking about today, and we're getting started right now. Hi, I'm Angela Lockett of Lockett Realty Advisors and Keller Williams Realty West Partners. If this is your first time tuning in, thanks for stopping by. And if you like what you see, go ahead and give me the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications so that you never miss one of my weekly posts. So today we're talking about how to hire a realtor. There's no shortage of realtors. Notice the title isn't how to find a realtor. In the county where I live, St. Charles County, Missouri, there are over 1,800 licensed realtors. And if you take a hop over to the neighboring county, St. Louis County, there's roughly another 6,000. That's a lot of realtors. Within that pool of nearly 8,000 realtors within 30 minutes drive of my house, of course, there are some outstanding realtors, but unfortunately, there's some bad ones too. So today I'm going to give you some tips that will help you choose wisely so that your decision doesn't end up costing you in the end. When you're ready to hire a realtor, referrals from friends and family are a great place to start. But make sure that the referral is based on a positive past experience with the realtor and not the fact that the neighbor's nephew's ex-girlfriend just got her license, so you really should call her. So the first thing you want to do, and you can do this before you ever even meet the person, is you want to check out their online presence. Go ahead and put into your search the person's name, the word realtor, and the state where you live. See what comes up. You should be able to find online reviews pretty quickly. Most of us don't even download a free app on our phone without reading reviews. Make sure you read the reviews because the reviews are going to reveal a lot about how this person interacts with their clients. Check out their website, their Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn, their YouTube channel. You want to go ahead and stalk them on social media to get as much information about this person as you possibly can before you ever even talk to them. If you like what you see, then you're ready for interviews. Now notice I use the word interviews, plural, which means that I'm strongly recommending that you interview more than one agent. It's a good idea to plan from the very beginning to talk to a few different agents so that you don't end up settling on the first one you talk to, even though you're not entirely impressed. Now, I'm not saying you can't work with the first person you talk to. Of course you can. If that person impresses you, if that person blows your socks off, then fantastic. What I am saying, though, is that even if you decide that you want to work with the first person you talk to, go ahead and talk to a couple of other people. You might find somebody that impresses you even more. And worst case, that second and third agent will confirm your decision. The first thing you want to find out is their level of experience. How long have they been in real estate? Experience is super important because real estate is one of those professions that people learn primarily with on-the-job training. When you're evaluating a person's experience, though, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. First of all, someone who's held a real estate license for 10 or 20 years isn't necessarily the best agent. And someone who's only had their license for 10 months isn't necessarily somebody you should avoid. A person can be a new agent and bring with them past experience in another career that translates very well to real estate. What you want to know is what that past experience is like. So you might have a new agent who's had 10 transactions close in their first year of real estate, and that person may have closed more transactions in the past year than an agent with a decade of experience has closed in the past 2 years. Whether the answer to the question, how long have you been in real estate, is 10 years or 10 months, is not a deciding factor, but it is a launching pad to find out more about that person. A great follow-up question is, how did you get into real estate? The answer to this question is going to tell you a lot about this person's hopes, their aspirations, and you'll be able to determine whether or not the kind of person they are resonates with you. Is this person a real estate professional who's in it for the long haul? Who's interested not only in closing on this home purchase, but on your next home purchase? That's going to make a big difference in how they handle the transaction. The next thing you should ask is, are they a full-time agent or a part-time agent? And if they are a part-time realtor, do they have another full-time job that demands their attention? After all, a real estate transaction is extremely time sensitive, and you want to make sure that the agent has the wherewithal to respond in a very competitive market. Ask the agent about which communities do they feel most knowledgeable. Where do they live, work, and play? Where have most of their transactions taken place? Do they tend to focus on a general location? Most agents do. A realtor who has a lot of first-hand knowledge about the community where you want to buy a house is going to be a wealth of information in determining which neighborhood is exactly right for you and your family. Another question to ask is, how many clients does the agent typically work with? If a realtor only services 1 or 2 clients a month, then they might be able to give you even more attention, or they might have trouble making ends meet. If a realtor has 5 or 6 clients that they're juggling each month, then it's likely that they're a very successful agent and they have systems and people in place to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. Or they might have trouble meeting all the needs of their clients. Do they usually return calls pretty quickly? Or do they tell you, hey, I return calls at midnight? What you're trying to gauge is how responsive is this person likely to be to your day-to-day needs as you go through the process of buying a home. The last and most important question is, why should you hire them? A really good agent is going to be chomping at the bit to answer this question. They're dying to tell you why they do a better job for their clients than the thousands of other agents that are out there. If an agent can't give you compelling reasons to choose him or her over the next guy, then you should have real reservations about this person's ability to negotiate on your behalf in what is the largest purchase you'll likely make. Finding the right agent does take some time on your part, but it is time that is so well spent. Since choosing your realtor is one of the first steps you'll take in buying your new home, make sure you choose wisely, because the choice of a good realtor will have a huge impact on your home buying experience. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give me the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notifications so that you never miss one of my weekly posts. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video.